Perfect. So soon we get started with our lecture in the BI308 module. It's about, what's the time? 8:48. So the students should arrive soon. And then, well, we get rock and rolling. Let's turn that around. Wonderful, good. The lag is not too bad. So let's go up to the door and welcome people in. Looks like everything is going well. A most wonderful good morning, everybody. Do you want to come in? We are open. Okay. Let's see if we can open that as well. Aha! Ha! I'm smart. Good morning. Good morning. Most wonderful good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Most wonderful good morning on this gorgeous day. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Aha. Most wonderful good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good morning. Most wonderful good morning. I have no idea. You better ask in the reception. Sorry. Good morning. Good morning. Most wonderful good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Most wonderful good morning. Good morning. Most wonderful good morning. Most wonderful good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Wonderful good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I have no idea, sorry. Ask in the reception. Good morning. Good morning. Most wonderful good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. A most wonderful good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Very well, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Very good morning. A most wonderful good morning. Good morning. Very good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. A most wonderful good morning. Good morning. Good morning. A very good morning to you. Very good morning to you. Good morning. A most wonderful good morning. Good morning. Good morning. A most wonderful good morning to all of you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. A most wonderful good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And you good self? I hope you are well as well. Good, excellent. A very good morning.
Where is the classroom lecture 2?
I have no idea. Please ask in the reception. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. A most wonderful good morning.
You too.
A most wonderful good morning. Good morning. Good morning. A most wonderful good morning. Good morning. A very good morning to all of you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. A most wonderful good morning. Good morning. A very good morning to all of you. Good morning. Good morning. A most wonderful good morning. Most wonderful good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Most wonderful good morning. Morning. A very good morning. Good morning. Good morning. A very good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. A most wonderful good morning, everybody. Good morning. A very good morning to everybody. Good morning. A very good morning to you. Good morning. Very good morning. Good morning. Most wonderful good morning. Good morning. Very good morning to you all. Good morning. Most wonderful good morning. Good morning. Very good morning. Please ask at the reception, I don't know. Good morning. A most wonderful good morning.
Just 9 o'clock.
Sorry?
9 o'clock, so just on
9
time.
o'clock, yeah. We don't start before 9:05. Good morning. Good morning. A most wonderful good morning. Good morning. Very good morning to all of you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Very good morning, sir. A most wonderful good morning.
Sorry, it's that late.
No, you're not.
Oh, I'm not. Okay, no,
We
that's
start at 5 past 9.
fine. Okay, that's fine.
Good morning.
Morning.
A most wonderful good morning. Most wonderful good morning. Good morning. Most wonderful good morning.
You have to register.
No. Good morning. No, you're not late. Downstairs. Most wonderful good morning. Most wonderful good morning. Good morning.
I'm so tired.
Why? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. A most wonderful good morning, everybody, again. Just a quick announcement before I get really started. This is the module BI308, Skills for Bioscientists. If you're not supposed to do this module, i.e. you are doing economics or something like that, now is a good time to leave. Because I know people have asked me, is this, and where is? So if you're not a bioscientist, see you, have a good day. I'm just saying that because last year I did a lecture on enzymes, and it took a guy half an hour to realize that he was in the wrong lecture. Right, my name is Peter Klapper. And you have seen me already, most of you at least, in the practical on Monday and Tuesday. As you can hear, I'm one of these Brexit aliens. As you can tell from my accent, I'm not British. I was born and brought up in Germany. Just to curb all speculations, you know. People ask me, are you Norwegian? No, I'm not. And about 24 years ago, I had this grand idea. I wanted to see the big wide world, so I came to Kent. Plan was to stay for 2 years, then go back to Germany, become a very rich and successful researcher. I'm still here. Things don't work out always as you think they work out. But then, you know, got married, 2 kids, 3 cats, a dog, a tortoise that I found last year in the garden. And I have the pleasure of being the module convener for this BI308 module. So if you've got any questions, if you've got any problems, issues, or if you just think, wow, that is so cool, that rocks, I'm your man. Do feel free to contact me. My email is pklapper, does that work? Yeah, at Kent AC UK. I'm fairly good at checking emails. Although there are certain limits, for example, last year I got an email at 10 o'clock at night from a student, I need help with this maths problem. Not only was the problem that it was 10 o'clock at night, it was also Christmas Eve. And while I felt a tad guilty of not immediately replying, my wife said to me, are you completely nuts? Put that iPad away. So I did, okay? So, contact me via email. Or you can also contact me on the group chat. I don't know if all of you are aware that there is a group chat. Actually, there are two group chats, if you like. One is set up by me, one is set up by somebody else. They are not competing with each other. So I will keep an eye on both. Let me see if I can find So here I'll send out an email with the links to the group chat. They are Facebook group chats. And in the past, I believe they have turned out to be incredibly useful for the students and also for me. Because I'm not doing Big Brother, right? I'm not interested in whether you get totally pissed or what else. I'm not judging, right? Having said that, sometimes people post things on the group chat where I think a little bit close to the wire. Don't do that. Then they get a friendly tap and say probably not the right thing to say. Also, I am not only a lecturer, I'm also the master of Rutherford College, and as such, the college masters are supposed to make sure that the students don't persistently break rules. So, for example, last year somebody put on the group chat, hey, big party with lots of weed in a house in Parkwood. So I had to send a DM to that person and say, look, I'm not snaking on you, right? I'm not going to tell campus security, but if word gets out and the party gets out of hand, campus security will come. There will be a report to the college master. The master will have to fine you 250 quid. Right? You don't want that. So what you say in the group chat, as I said, I don't judge, but it's incredibly useful. Why? Because people help each other. And very often I see somebody saying, oh, I can't solve this problem. Anyone know how to do that? And within 5 minutes, there are 10 different answers. Maybe occasionally there's the correct one amongst them. So these chats are very, very useful. Who is not on Facebook Messenger? Holy mackerel. Really? You're all on? Or you don't want to say that you're not. So obviously we have a very good reach for that. If you don't want to use it, that's absolutely fine with me. But as I said, you might miss out on a lot of support, a lot of help. I know that in another module that you do, you have a Moodle forum. Is that right? Yeah, where people can post comments. It's all right, but then you get mail bombed with emails every time somebody posts something. Then you get an email or something like that, and might not be great. Also, on this group chat, there are second and final year students bumming around. And they are also a mine of very useful information, right? And hopefully we get this done. So that's the group chat. I will send out emails with the link to that. What else do I need to say? Oh yeah, some people have apologized for being in late. Just a reminder, we usually start lectures 5 minutes past the hour, so 9:05, and finish, if everything goes well, 5 minutes to the hour, so in this case 9:55. Yeah? So don't worry if you are late. I am also very aware that people have to commute, and sometimes the bus is not coming. Sometimes there are things where people just simply can't come. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I will try actually to live stream all my lectures, all my workshops. Where do you find this live stream? I use sort of gaming technology. Where do you find this live stream? If you go to YouTube and you go to my channel, PK11 Kent. I don't think it is case sensitive. You can watch what's going on in the lecture. I'm not saying that you should not come to the live sessions, because there are some times where the technology doesn't work, or where we do things that are not necessarily captured in the live stream. But if you really can't make it, you can watch it. You can also leave comments during the live stream, and I can then pick up later and answer any questions should you have any. These live streams are obviously then recorded, and I will make these recordings all available on the Moodle BI308 page. Okay? But be aware, sometimes the technology just simply trips over and it doesn't work properly. Okay, so, and if there are any issues, as I said, send me an email. What I quickly want to do is a little bit of email etiquette, because that is something that, I mean, I'm fairly cool about, but I know that some of my colleagues, they get really, really peed off, and it bugs them. If you send an email, this is sort of almost like a formal thing. And you want to come across as professional. So what I suggest is that people start an email with "Dear so-and-so." People usually address me as either Peter, which is absolutely fine, or sometimes Mr. Dr. Klapper. Yeah, absolutely fine. That's the correct thing. Where people get annoyed is when it says, "Hi, Klapper." To your head teacher in school, would you? It would be perceived as a little bit disrespectful. And if you want something, there's always this little word "please." I remember a few years ago, I got an email from a student, "Hi, Klapper, can you repeat what you did in the lecture? I had a hangover and couldn't come." And you think, bloody hell, no. Oh, sorry, I just deleted this email. I can't reply to you. Yeah. So try to come across as professional. Yeah. If you miss lectures, if you miss stuff, as I said, it's all recorded. And it is basically your job to make sure that you are up to speed with things. Okay? Happy with that? Right, so BI308. I always get asked, what textbook should we buy? You can buy whatever textbook you want, of course, it's up to you. And what I strongly suggest is, whenever, and that is not just for this module, whenever you buy textbooks, have a look at the book in the first place. Don't simply buy blind. The reason is, how shall I say that? The reason is, every single one of you, there are, hopefully, a few brain cells in here. How many brain cells do humans actually roughly have? What do you reckon? Unless you are a politician. Then you have more. I need to be careful, it's live streamed. How many brain cells do we have? How many? 3 trillion. Oh, that's a lot. That is a lot. It's actually, it was thought about 100 billion brain cells, but in a recent research from Brazil, they've changed this estimate. It's probably around 75 to 80 billion brain cells sitting there. Still quite a lot, isn't it? And let's assume each brain cell has a connection to 20 other cells. This is probably very, very underestimated. You get an incredible number of different combinations with that. 80 billion, 20 connections each. It's probably you have more combinations than people believe there are atoms in the universe. That, bless you, that means that every single brain on this planet is very, very different from another one. And what works for one brain in terms of learning and understanding might not work for another one. Just to give you an example, you will all do module evaluations. How did you feel about this module? Did you learn something, etc., etc.? That's at the end of the module. And people sometimes say, oh, it was too fast. Sometimes people say, oh, it was too slow. Things like that. I used to get really stressed about these module evaluations because, you know, my ambition is to make it as interesting as possible for everybody. But I realize because we have this incredible, what I call neurodiversity, I can't cater for everybody. So you find this, you might find what works for you doesn't work for others. It's a little bit like olives. There are people in this world who love black olives. Who loves black olives? Hands up. Who hates black olives? Hands up. Aha, yeah, you see. Are the people who hate black olives, are they bad people? No, I wouldn't say so. It's just, you know, different taste. What I expect of you, however, is that at least you make an attempt to see how you actually engage with the material. Now this module, this BI308 module, and I come back to the book that I just mentioned in a moment, this BI308 module is slightly different to all the other modules that you do in your first year because the intention of this module is to bring everybody up to speed with certain principal concepts. And many people will see that they have done some of these concepts already, especially if you've done A-level chemistry. Who has done A-level chemistry? Who hasn't done A-level chemistry? So there will be people who find that part interesting. For others who have done it, it will be easy. A-level maths, hands up, who has done that? Who hasn't done A-level maths? Okay, great. Are you scared about maths?
Not really.
Not really, good. Oh, that's excellent. But again, we will do a lot of numeracy. Now, if I say to you, you need to buy this book, it might not necessarily be the right book for you, because either you know everything or it is too advanced. So go to the library, try to find a book that caters for your needs. For this particular module, I don't think actually you need to buy a book, because all the concepts that we do, you will find online material. Yeah? So you can divert the money flow into something more useful. For example, a night out or so. I did put a book on the reading list. This is Skills for Biologists, Skills for Bioscientists. It's a good book, but have a look at it, whether you like it. However, having said that, there is one book which I think is absolutely brilliant. This is my Bible. It's called How We Learn by Benedict Carey. It will set you back for the Kindle edition £5, or paperback £8.33. It's not specific for this module. This book actually tells you how you successfully will learn basically anything. I don't have shares in that book. I don't earn any money by advertising it. But I found this book mind-blowing. Absolutely fantastic. Grab it before the rabbit. That's all I can say. Get this book. I couldn't put it on the reading list because people said this is not subject specific. Doesn't matter. Get that book. Okay. You will also need to do a lot of practice. And for that, I have set up a website for you where there are lots of practice questions for you. And I really encourage you to go to this website. I'll send out the link for it. And you can practice until you basically finished your degree. Practice really does make better. And that's all we want, right? Right. So, what are we going to do in this module? I said I'll send out links. Please, please, please check your Kent email on a regular basis. I will send out, every week, I will send out an email that will tell you what we are going to do next week. And you then can make a decision. Well, I have already heard about how to do, how to calculate the confidence interval for a Poisson distribution. Have you heard that? Have you done that? No? Okay, good. So you can make a decision. Oh, actually, I want to hear about that, so I come to the lecture or watch the live stream. Or, oh, well, yeah, I can do that. No problem. Do you need to attend all these lectures or workshops? Well, obviously, because there is the live stream, I don't know who is here. We occasionally do have register, just to make sure that we don't lose people and we don't know about that. There's also a very interesting correlation. I don't know whether this correlation has been shown to you. The correlation is about attendance on the x-axis. Have you seen that correlation? Attendance, yeah? And grades. And it looks a little bit like that. You've seen that, yeah? Was it shown to you here at the university? No, at school, or here at university, yeah? Yeah, that is what I was worried about. So what it basically says, the more you attend, the better your grades will be. And this is actually the finding. There is a strong correlation. We will discuss this correlation. We will discuss correlations in general in this session. I can tell you that while this correlation is true, the more you attend, the better your grades are. There is a big problem with it. But we will discuss that. However, just a spoiler, if you are interested in finding out more about that, here's a keyword for you that you can Google, or where you can see whether you find YouTube videos. Here the keyword is lurking variables. And it's actually a technical term. I didn't make that up. Now, you will see I give you in the lecture keywords. These keywords are meant for you sort of as something that you can write down. I do not expect you to write every single word that I'm saying, but write down keywords. Not just in these lectures that I do, but other lectures. And with these keywords, you know what you have to look up in self-study time. Self-study time, each module is designed that you have to spend roughly 150 hours total, which is total and utter BS. Because of the neurodiversity. What some person might find very easy, another will spend 30 hours trying to understand the principal concept of. So how we can say 150 hours you should spend on a module, I have no idea. But for each lecture that you do, we think that you should spend about 4 to 5 hours working around this lecture. Yeah? Usually you will find some PowerPoints or something like that on Moodle. As you probably already gleaned, I don't do PowerPoint. I hate PowerPoint with a passion. And when people say to me, oh, I've just prepared 150 slides for this lecture, my heart sinks. 150 slides, Jesus Christ almighty, you know, there's nobody on this planet can take it all in. That brings me to how long will these lectures be? Well, they will be as long as it takes. We have a 2-hour slot tomorrow, if I'm correct, on Friday. Is that right? 2 to 4? Please, please, please don't be upset with me if it is not full 2 hours. Might be an hour, 20 minutes or something like that. Because we know that from this book, actually, that I showed you, we know that the attention span after 20 minutes goes down, and that's just me. Memory, you know, if people want to really memorize things, actually, what is the memory span of a goldfish? How long can a goldfish remember things? What do you think? Quite long. You're absolutely right. Goldfish can remember training for months and years. So when somebody says, I have the attention span of a goldfish, you say, wow, that's pretty good, actually. Yeah. But the interesting thing is, actually, with humans, it looks as if, that's an interesting fact. We are not entirely sure about it, but it looks like humans, the human brain, is incapable of forgetting things. All the information, and even the most insignificant information, is stored in your brain. You can't forget. You cannot forget what you have done 5 years ago at 10:30 in the morning. Can you remember what you've done 5 years ago, 10:30 in the morning? No, you can't. Yes, you can. You have the information. But what you don't have is access to this information. The information is there, but the access is not there. And that is where this practice and training comes in. The more you practice, the more you train, the bigger will be the path to this information. So just reading something once, yes, you'll remember it. Will you have access to it tomorrow? Probably not. Right? But if you do that several times, and if you do different things with this information, you create very strong access paths to it. And that is what will help you to remember things. Does it make sense to you? Yeah? So practice, practice, practice. That's a good thing. When people say to me, can you give me some ideas how to revise for a test? I usually sit down, take my notes, write them down. Yeah, that's not a bad thing. And then highlight and make notes of notes, and then make notes of notes of notes, and then make notes of notes of notes of notes of notes, and things like that. It has been proven to be one of the most ineffective ways of learning. If you really want to become a professional in learning, and I think all students want to, get that book. Tells you how to do it. Okay, what to expect in this module? This module has basically, I think, 4 themes. We will start tomorrow with a little bit of data analysis. And because as scientists, we all deal with data on a daily basis. And we need to make sure that we can make sense of these data. And I will very often not just simply choose examples from biosciences, because data are always around us. Just to give you an example, in Bournemouth, a very dangerous road, and a city council put up a sign where it says, "Be careful." There were 19 fatalities of cyclists, 19 deaths in the last 5 years. Big signs. They spent a lot of money on that. 19 deaths in 5 years. Must be a dangerous road. Is it a dangerous road?
Probably.
Probably, yeah. Dangerous road? Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you do the data analysis, you will find this road is as dangerous as any other road. Why? Oh, well, I tell you tomorrow how we do analysis of something like that. So we do data analysis. We will do hypothesis testing. We will do t-tests. Have you done t-tests? Yeah? All of you? Who hasn't done t-tests? Few people? Few people? Well, okay, good. We will also then move on to molarity. And making solutions. Solutions. You have done that all in chemistry, GCSE, yeah? So no? No? Okay, good. Who has done making up solutions in chemistry? Who hasn't done it? Hands up. Who feels that there could be a slight issue? Fantastic, fantastic. So we will go through that. We will deal with pH and buffers. Who has done pH and buffers in chemistry? Who hasn't? So there will be a few people. We will look a little bit at how we measure things, so spectrophotometry. Who has heard about the Beer-Lambert law? Hands up. Oh, okay, a few people. And then we move on to a topic that we need for next term, kinetics. So we will deal with first order, zero order, second order reactions. Have you heard about that? Yeah, most of you? Oh, fantastic. So we can really flip through that quite nicely. Overall, we need to be also confident with numbers. So underlying is math skills. And I know every year there are people, when I say you need to have math skills, people who start hyperventilating. Who would say their math skills are a bit shaky? Hands up. Math skills shaky? Yeah? Okay, let's go a little bit more extreme. Who would say that they hate maths? Hands up. Okay. You hate maths? Who would say that their brain is not designed for maths? Hands up. You? Your brain is not designed for maths? No. Excellent. Excellent. What's your name? Nick. Nick, can I play with you for a moment? No? Okay. Is anyone who hates maths happy for me to play with them for a moment? It won't hurt usually. No? No volunteers? Anyone?
I'll do it.
You do it? Yeah. Okay, good. What's your Ben?
Ben.
Yeah, Ben, come with me. Give Ben a big round of applause. A very, very brave man. Thank you very much. I'm not doing anything horrible to you.
Yeah.
Right? Are you dyspraxic?
Pardon?
Are you dyspraxic?
Oh, no.
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 Fantastic.
Just hate maths.
You hate maths?
Yeah.
Because your brain can't do maths, right? That's what I hear very often from people. Now, I've got a question for you. And I know that you probably won't like this question. But just simply stay with me. Ben, have a look at this equation. Yeah? Now, I want you to solve this equation in your head.
No.
No way.
No.
No way. Fantastic. Fantastic. That is actually, I'm not surprised. Okay, let's not worry too much about this equation, because I show you that you are perfectly capable of doing this equation. Yeah? Okay. Let's do something weird. Yeah? Okay, Ben, can you catch that ball? Throw it back to me. Wasn't too difficult, was it? Shall I tell you what you just did? What your brain just did. This man is amazing, right? What your brain just did was it solved this equation. Because that is the equation of throwing a ball. Did you know how fantastic your brain is? Give that man a big round of applause. This is the equation for a trajectory of a ball. And your brain effortlessly could do it. How amazing is that? Nick, you could have done that, couldn't you? How amazing is your brain? Yeah? So absolutely fantastic. So, what I will do with you is I will send out an email with a link to a diagnostic maths quiz. The reason for that is I want everybody to do this quiz. So, and the point is, no calculator allowed. It's an online quiz. The point is to see where are your strengths, where are your weaknesses, because I want to work with you. And in week 3 and week 7 or something like that, we have some extra sessions where we can discuss some maths issues. So, for example, logarithms. Have you all done logarithms? Everyone? Who hasn't done logarithms? There are a few people who haven't done logarithms. Excellent. So I will work with people in small groups to get them back to to get them to a maths level where you don't worry about maths, where you are confident, yes, I can do that. Okay? So please, please do that quiz for which I sent you the link, probably today or tomorrow. And please, don't worry about making mistakes. What does that read? Fail. It's horrible, isn't it, failing? Fail is disaster, right? Yeah. Who agrees with this statement? Fail is disaster. I do not want to fail. Hands up. I do not want to fail. Who agrees with that? Right. Let's change that. Because fail also stands for first attempt in learning. In other words, if you don't fail, you don't learn. And there is no failure. There is only feedback. Sometimes feedback is, oh shit, I screwed up, but now I know, hopefully, what I need to do in order to avoid that mistake. If you fail, try again. By mistakes, we learn. True? So, for heaven's sake, make as many mistakes as you like, as you can. I tell my final year students that I supervise in the lab, if you can come up with a mistake that I haven't made before you, I take you out for dinner. So far, in the last 15 years, no dinners. We need to fail, we need to make mistakes in order to create this access to memory. I recently went to a conference, and after a conference there was a pub quiz. And of course, we got lots and lots of questions wrong. But I still can remember some of the questions that we got wrong. I can't remember the questions that I did get right. We got, for example, oh yeah, the New Zealand rugby team. What are they called?
All Blacks.
All Blacks. What is the New Zealand basketball team called? No, they are not the All Blacks. All Talls. Now, if I ask you this question tomorrow, again, and I will, I bet you, most of you, will remember the answer. Yeah? Well, just simply because you made a mistake. And that is the power of mistakes. If you fail, fail fast. Fail hard. Make mistakes, unless you are practicing parachuting. Right? But here, the mistakes are not deadly. I want you to make mistakes. I want you to feel confident to say, yes, I make a mistake, and I will learn from it. That is the big message for today. I see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.